Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for a new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa. The topic that we're going to be reading on today is going to be your March love life prediction. So today we're going to take a look to see what is headed your way in the category of love and relationships as you navigate through the month of March. So this reading can resonate for you whether you're single, in a relationship, or anything in between. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so some messages will resonate while others may not. Always take what resonates with you, leave behind anything that doesn't. And if you do want to book a more personalized reading, all the details on how you can do so will be linked in the description box down below. Also, with these predictive style readings, I always have to disclaim that this is just giving us the outlook based off the current energy. So it's just showing a snapshot in time based off of the current energy and actions that you're taking and putting forth in your love life. So never feel like you're stuck or bound to anything that a tarot reading says for you, because the future is not set in stone and you can always create a totally different outlook for yourself just by switching up your energy and switching up your actions. All right. So today we're going to be working with 3 piles. So starting here on the left, we have pile 1. This is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot with some amethyst. Pile number 2, the Ethereal Visions Tarot with some rose quartz. And pile number 3, we have the Light Seers Tarot with some green moonstone. So let's take a deep breath. Think about your love life in the month of March. Think about what's headed your way. Go ahead and select the deck or crystal you're feeling the most intuitively connected to, really choosing with your gut instincts and your intuition versus your eyesight. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below where you can find the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your reading. See you there. Hey there, group 1. If you guys picked out the Forest of Enchantment Tarot with this amethyst, this will be your love reading for the month of March. So we're going to start with tarot. I'm shuffling all decks on camera today, and I just have to say we already have the Lover's card showing itself here at the bottom, so we'll see if that comes back out. So I'm going to start off with your tarot cards just to get like the specific energies and events of significance. And then we're also going to be working with a ton of different oracle cards as well to get any supporting messages for you. So for group number, sorry about that, group 1. My setup got a little crazy there. So for group 1, let's go ahead and see what is happening for love and relationships in the month of March. So for pile 1, all my pile 1 viewers, let's go ahead and get the events, energies, people of the highest significance presenting themselves to my group 1 viewers in the month of March. So we have a King of Cups. In this deck, it is the Keeper of Visions. We have the 8 of Challenges, which is the 8 of Swords. And we have the Weaver of Boons, the Queen of Pentacles coming up. We do also have the counterpart here, the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So we do have divine counterparts here with the King and the Queen of Pentacles coming up. But it's interesting that there's also a King of Cups here. So could be multiple people making an appearance this month for love. Doesn't necessarily have to be, though. This could just be talking about the energies. Let's pull some clarifiers here. I'm going to work with the Archer's Love Oracle deck to get some clarifiers on our energies, and then we'll start off with the first portion of your reading. So for pile 1, let's go ahead and clarify this King of Cups. So we have full-blown romance. Okay. 8 of Challenges. What is this about? Text, call, email, DM. So something around communication being highlighted for you guys. I'm already getting like there's a little bit of anxiety around maybe some potential differences. Okay. We have vacation or staycation. Interesting. And we have cohabitation at the bottom. Okay. So there's definitely a connection of significance being presented for you guys this month with that full-blown romance card and the King of Cups. So for signs, if you guys are curious to know what signs we have here on the board, we've got water energy, we have earth energy, and we have air energy. So we could have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, potentially. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but the King of Cups is all about having deep feelings for someone, potentially even someone having deep feelings for you. And I almost feel for some of you guys with this King of Cups, we have the fish here. I feel like there's a connection in your life that's really deepening this month in love. Like you're diving deep within the depths of this person, feeling maybe a bit more connected on an emotional level. Now, the thing about the King of Cups, though, is that even though it's deep feelings and emotions that you feel, the King of Cups is not the best with communication. So I do feel with this Eight of Swords being here, especially with it being clarified by text, this communication card, I do feel that there's a little bit of a fear around like how to express the way that you feel. So whether this is you or another person, the Eight of Swords is sort of like feeling stuck or feeling afraid, feeling like maybe you're making the worst out of a situation that's really not as bad as what you think it is. This is very much a card of mental energy where something is maybe just a little bit too much in your head. And so I feel like communication with this person feels maybe a little bit scary because maybe you've never gone this deep with them before. I also think just in general, communication may feel a little bit awkward between you and this person for whatever reason. And I think going back to what I was hearing at the beginning about differences, like if these two people shown here, or in this case, this one's a fish, you know, water energy and earth energy are two totally different elements. So one person in this connection may be more grounded and practical, whereas the other person in this connection may be a little more emotional, spiritual. And so I'm wondering if this could be for some of you the reason why there's a little bit of this awkwardness or fear around communicating, because maybe the two of you need a little more time to understand one another here. But I do feel with the Queen of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of wanting to nurture this connection. Maybe some of you guys are going on a vacation with this person or a staycation toward the ending of the month of March. This card, though, can also talk about needing to go your separate ways for a while. So that could be the case for some of you. But let's get some clarifying energy here. So for group one, what can you tell us about this situation around their love life this month? Okay, so this one is flying out. I think we have two. Yes, look at this, you guys. We have passion and we have rejection. Wow. Okay. So yeah, like I definitely feel like there is a lot of chemistry in this connection, especially when you guys are starting off the month. But with the rejection card coming up, it definitely feels like there's something happening mid-month with this person around the way you're communicating that someone is perceiving as being rejected, okay? It might be that someone is rejecting the other person, but it could also be perception, because the Eight of Swords is, for me, kind of a card about like you're being your own worst enemy. It's like your perception of the situation might be a little bit off. You know what I mean? So there's definitely an energy of differences, like I was picking up on with the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. It's like there's something being highlighted here with this person around you guys maybe not completely being on the same page. I feel like for some of you, you're one of whoever you identify as, there's like one person in this connection that has really deep romantic feelings, but I think the other person is wanting a more like practical, grounded approach. And maybe the person that has these deep feelings isn't really doing the best job of expressing them or actually taking action on them. And this could be causing a little bit of friction. Let's pull one of these astrology cards. So for group 1, what else do they need to know about their love life in the month of March? Oh my, why did I feel like that card was going to come out? I literally had a vision of this card in my head when I was shuffling. That's wild. So, lunar eclipse. So this definitely feels like there could be, this is like a month for those of you that are in a connection or just in general in your love life. It definitely seems like a massive change is coming in for this relationship this month. And it might feel a little bit like a dark night of the soul in a lot of ways, where maybe things just feel uncomfortable, or it feels like confusing, or it feels like you're in the dark, in a dark place with the connection. But the important thing to remember about the lunar eclipse is ultimately, once it passes through, right, it's challenging you to promote a necessary change. So if that means that you're splitting apart from someone, this is happening in your highest good, right? Even if that's not the case, and this is just like a challenging time for the connection, you kind of want to look at this as a period of transformation, something changing for the better, something being highlighted here for a reason, because there's a change that's needed in the dynamics at play in this relationship. Wow, that's crazy. Let's get a couple more cards. So for group 1, what else do they need to know about their love life this month? Look at this. We have team awesome. Look at this. Healthy and open communication, spending time together, compatibility, being on the same page. So there is, like, especially I think at the beginning of the month of March, things feel really good between you and this person. You're starting off the month really being on the same page. But then look, something's happening at the ending of the month. Like, there's a huge shift in this relationship is what I feel. And I think it's coming in the middle of the month with this text energy, this DM energy that's coming up. Because this card is kind of talking about being frustrated, annoyed with the situation, maybe needing space, like taking some space from this person. This also says focus on the solution rather than the problem. So maybe some of you guys decide that a solution to this issue is a vacation or a staycation, right? Spending more time together like you were at the beginning. But either way, this is guidance and advice from Spirit that it's going to be important for you guys to focus on solutions versus getting so swept up in like the weeds of the problem. So let's go ahead and see. I want to get just one more message to close us out, group 1. So what does group 1 need to know about their love life in the month of March? We have honesty. So this is all about communication, you guys. This says, I speak up when I have something to share. I am no longer fearful of what other people cannot handle. And at the bottom of the deck, you have liberation. As I heal, I'm setting us free. So this big lunar eclipse energy that's coming in is something about the way that you guys communicate. That's what the change is for your love life in the month of March, you guys. This is all about not being afraid to share the truth, not being afraid to keep it real with someone. And, you know, I love how it kind of puts it like, I'm no longer fearful of what other people cannot handle, right? So maybe there's something you guys have been holding back from this person because you've been afraid that they're not going to be able to understand or they're not going to be able to take it, right? But when we hold ourselves back, we're not living in an authentic space. Right? So that's what I feel is the biggest change for you guys this month, is being able to be more authentic to yourselves, being able to speak your truth, and releasing the fear of how the other person may react to the situation. Because ultimately the way they react is more about them, right, than it is about you. Obviously you want to deliver the message in a way that would hopefully have them react in a less upsetting way, right? But ultimately that's on them. So it definitely feels like it's happening in the middle of the month, this communication thing. So that's what I would be looking out for. All right, group 1. I think those are all the messages I have for you for today's reading. So please drop me a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated. I always love hearing your feedback in the comments. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in a new reading really soon. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. If you guys picked out the Ethereal Visions Tarot with this rose quartz, this will be your love reading for the month of March. So we are going to be doing all of our shuffling today directly on camera, and I'm going to be starting off with your tarot cards. So let's go ahead and see for you, group 1. What are the energies, events, people of the highest significance presenting themselves to you as you guys navigate your love life in the month of March? So let's go ahead and see for all of my group 2 viewers what's happening for them in love. So let's go ahead and see. So we have the Hermit card reversed to start us off. Coming out of our shell a little bit this month. We have the Well. Okay, that's a special card just for this deck. You guys are manifesting something. You're wishing for something this month. We also have the Two of Wands reversed. Okay. And the Ten of Wands reversed at the bottom. Interesting. So let's get some clarifiers here with the Archer's Love Oracle deck. And then we'll kick off the reading. So for group 2, what's happening for them in love in the month of March? Clarifying this Hermit card. We have Married on Paper flying out. We also have People Pleaser coming out too. That's interesting. And we have No. Not really looking. Okay. So you guys, I kind of get this vibe that like some of you guys are maybe wanting to come out of your shell this month, or maybe struggling to come out of your shell for some of you. And it definitely feels like there's a decision that you're making this month around something in your love life, maybe not sitting well with you. So the Hermit in reverse is really talking about coming out of a time of self-reflection, coming out of a time of solitude, kind of being ready to kind of dip our toe in the waters, try new things, put ourselves back out there. Maybe some of you guys are literally married on paper, but maybe not currently in the marriage in a romantic sense, right? So maybe you're separated or divorced or something like that, or getting a divorce, and maybe there's been some much needed self-reflection that's taken place in your love life recently, or leading up to this point. And I think it's feeling very much as like a time to like just come out of that isolation. And you know, the Hermit card reverse is saying like we've learned a lot of lessons. We've done a lot of self-reflection on our situation. And now we can put that wisdom into action. You know what I'm saying? I also think Married on Paper for some of you is just talking about like commitment in general. So I'm wondering if there's something else in your life. If you guys are single watching this and you're like, I don't know what this means for me, this could just be talking about other commitments that you are quote unquote married to in your life, that you've been reflecting on. But I think there's something here. There's a story here around people pleasing. And I think that mid-month, the Well is really telling me that you guys are in a place of, when I think of a well, I think of a wishing well. I think of like putting intentions out there for the type of connection that you want, right? Manifesting, making a wish, really creating what it is that you want for yourself in love. Kind of taking matters into your own hands, putting the intentions out there for the type of connection you want to draw in. She's also holding a little pendulum here, which is interesting because we have the No card. So it's like, I think that maybe something that's coming up for you guys is this theme of being a people pleaser. Maybe you've been a people pleaser in your past connections, or maybe people that you seem to draw into your life might be people pleasers. And And so I feel like there's a need. It's almost like you guys have done some self-reflection and come to this realization that like this could be a pattern in some of your connections. But it's interesting too, because with the well, I'm getting like with that pendulum here, I'm almost getting when you use a pendulum, you're asking yes or no questions. You're looking for a yes or no answer. And so I feel like mid-month, there's something in your life that maybe presents itself in love, that maybe it presents itself as a wish fulfilled, but maybe you're on the fence or trying to decide, yes, do I take this path or no, do I not? And I feel like by the end of the month with the Two of Wands reverse, you finally make a decision about what you're going to do versus being in this exploration mode and still trying to figure it out. And it seems like you're saying no to something. So let's get a few more cards, group 2, about your love life in the month of March. So what does pile 2 need to know about their love life in the month of March? So we have family. Interesting, because you guys have that marriage card and family's coming up. So maybe you guys have been spending a lot of time with your family. I also think for some of you, this could be a way to reconnect if you've been spending a lot of time alone, is starting off with family. We also have self-love. Okay. Yeah, you guys, this seems like a month where you guys are really more focused on you and doing what feels right for you in your life. Love readings are funny because they don't always mean romantic love is always the focus. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting here. This feels like maybe you guys with family, I'm wondering if some of you guys tend to be that person that does everything for everyone in your family. And I think that this month you're finally learning that it's okay to stand up and say no. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to make a decision to kind of distance yourself from things that don't feel like they resonate with you in the moment. It's good to set boundaries because it shows self-love. You guys also have forgiveness here at the bottom of the deck. So there could be a certain situation that you guys have, been removing yourselves from or been healing from. That's presenting this month as well. But yeah, this definitely feels like you guys are setting boundaries this month and learning that it's okay to say no. You're finally making a decision, taking a stand around something. So let's pull one of these astrology cards. So for group 2, what else should they know about their love life this month? We have the moon. Ooh, okay. And we have Venus at the bottom. So it's like, I think that you guys this month are really reflecting on what you value. With Venus being here, what do you find value in? What do you find comfort in? Right? Like, that makes a lot of sense here with that well card, because the well is all about setting intentions, putting those manifestations out there, making your wish for what it is you desire. And the moon, like, this is a very emotional card. The moon in astrology is in our chart. This is the way that we express emotions. We do have, so I would actually look into your moon sign, group 2, to find out a little bit more about your moon sign and what this means about the way you express. But for signs, we do have Virgo energy here. We also have fire sign energy here. Leo, Sag, Aries. Doesn't have to mean that those are your signs, but there's definitely a lot of emotion you guys are moving through this month with the moon card being here. Emotional expression, standing up for yourself. These are all themes that I'm getting with this card. I want to see if I'm missing anything. Hold on, you guys. I also think, kind of think this moon card is really speaking to following your intuition as well. I feel like a lot of you guys viewing this, especially with you being a people pleaser or dealing with this energy of people pleasing, this definitely tells me that you guys know how you feel. You know when something feels right or wrong, but maybe you've just been ignoring those gut instincts. You've been ignoring those feelings that you've been getting. And so this month is a month where you're really beginning to trust in yourself, trust in your own inner guidance. And that's a part of healing and self-love too, you guys, is learning to trust yourself, to make the right choices and decisions. Trust yourself to say no. So let's get a few more cards. So for group number 2, oops, sorry guys. What else does group 2 need to know about their love life in the month of March? The Screw. Yeah. This is like not interested, telling someone off. It's kind of like this energy of avoiding something, like not wanting to deal with something. Or if you are dealing with it, you're like, get me in and out of here. I don't want to deal with it. I also am being drawn to it saying getting shafted. So maybe you guys feel like you've gotten the shaft from someone this month, or you're giving someone else the shaft. We have the Stork, another family card, guys. This talks about pregnancy, children, family. So 100% there's things to do with family this month. And I think just balancing out like maybe family responsibilities with the things that you know you need to do for yourself. You guys also have proposal here at the bottom of the deck. So there could be an undertone of like a connection going to the next level. Again, you guys did have married on paper here. So maybe there's this wanting to reconnect on a deeper, more emotional level with a romantic partner as well. You know, especially if you guys have, maybe for some of you guys, you've recently had a child, or you've had other family priorities kind of taking you away from your partner. So it's this feeling like, oh, we're just married on paper, but we don't necessarily have the soul connection right now that I want. So group 2, let's go ahead and close your reading out with one of these final message cards. So for pile 2, what else should they know about their love life? We have awareness. I'm aligned with my purpose. I love this. And at the bottom of the deck, we have time. I do not wait on others to fulfill my happiness. Yeah, you guys this month are learning to please yourselves, to do what makes you happy and not worry so much about other people and pleasing them, right? Or maybe it's about learning that people pleasing others doesn't automatically mean that they're going to do right by me in return, right? So you guys are just becoming more aware of yourselves this month, more aware of yourself, more aware of your intuition, more aware of your emotions, how you feel, and finally getting yourself into alignment with those feelings through your actions, which is beautiful to see. So I think we're going to go ahead and close it out there, group 2, but I would love to hear from you in the comments how this reading resonated. So please comment below. I always love hearing your guys' feedback. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in a new reading really soon. Bye. Hello there, group number 3. If you guys picked out the Light Seers Tarot with this little green moonstone, this will be your love life reading for the month of March. So we're going to be shuffling all the decks on camera today. So we're going to begin with with tarot cards here. And then we will also be shuffling all of the oracle decks we'll be using today as we move through your reading. So let's go ahead and get started. So for group 3, let's go ahead and start with the energies, events, or people of the highest significance presenting themselves in love and relationships to my group 3 viewers as they navigate the month of March. So let's see what's happening in love for group 3. So we have a Queen of Cups reversed. We have a King of Wands reversed. Okay. And we have a Seven of Pentacles reversed. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. So there could be an undertone this month of feeling a little sad about something in love, a little disappointed in the way something worked out. We also have, you know, 2 counterparts here, a King and a Queen, that have some differences between them. You know, King of Wands, this is fire sign energy, Leo, Sag, Aries. Queen of Cups is water sign energy, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So one person is going to be bringing a lot more of a fiery, kind of action-oriented energy to a connection, whereas the other one's more emotional. So we have some differences. It doesn't mean that it can't work, but they are differences nonetheless. So for those of you that are dealing with someone this month, I do feel like that would be a theme. So let's clarify this Queen of Cups reverse for group 3. Okay. So we have therapy session. Interesting. Clarifying the King of Wands reversed. You can do better. And clarifying the 7 of Pentacles, please. We have sexual desires. Okay. We also have physical attraction here at the bottom. So I do feel that for some of you guys, these feelings of sadness that we were seeing here with the 5 of Cups, right? Or disappointment, I feel like this is coming from a place of maybe a connection that you were hoping was a little bit deeper, perhaps not being as deep as what you thought. We have sexual desires, we have physical attraction. The King of Wands is also a card for me that talks of physical attraction, passionate energy. So I definitely feel like this connection that you guys are thinking about this month, it definitely had chemistry. It definitely had passion, but it lacked the emotional depth that maybe you guys were looking for. So the Queen of Cups reversed, this is talking about feeling a lack of emotional depth in a situation. Or on the flip side, for some of you, this can also be showing up as anxiety or neuroticism over this connection. Like something's really thrown you off balance with regard to this person or the situation in your love life. And so I definitely think that you guys are starting off the month maybe realizing that you need support, right? Therapy session is making me think of you guys going to therapy to help heal this. Or maybe these are themes that you've already dealt with in therapy for some of you. And the King of Wands reversed, you know, this is kind of like I don't know if it's a player energy, but it's definitely not. It's definitely an energy of someone that would want things their way or the highway, or on the flip side, someone who maybe they're not super demanding, but they're just very lazy or just not action oriented in the way that they manage this connection. This is definitely not a masculine that's in their power. This could be someone that lacks confidence or just a general energy of lacking confidence, lacking energy for this connection, lacking drive for this connection. And so that's why we have You Can Do Better here, because whoever this is or whatever this situation is that's presenting to you, group 2 or group 3, there's not a leader here like really driving this connection forward, especially if this is a masculine that you guys are dealing with. So end of the month, we have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. This is sort of an energy of like, I'm throwing in the towel. Like, I'm not going to put effort into this any longer. It's not worth my energy to continue sowing these seeds, harvesting these seeds. And again, we have sexual desires. So it's definitely this understanding of like, this is a physical connection only, and there just may not be a lot more depth going on. So I want to get some more insight for you, group 3. So let's clarify. For group 3, what else should they know about their love life in the month of March? Yeah, so we have healing. You guys are definitely moving through a place of healing, which makes a lot of sense, again, with that 5 of Cups being at the bottom of the deck and the Queen of Cups reversed. So I definitely think this is a month where you guys are working on yourselves, maybe even going to therapy like we talked about. We also have mystery. So something about this person or this connection or situation that you all are in certainly feels like someone's wearing a mask here is what I feel. And it might be coming across as a little bit confusing to you. I also think for some of you, it could feel really alluring or attractive to not really know where this person stands, even if it makes you feel not stable with them, if that makes sense. I don't know. But there's definitely an element of like secrets or not knowing the full story behind something just yet. But again, I think like, the Queen of Cups, this is a very intuitive energy in the upright. So you guys probably do really know on a deep level, on an intuitive level, what's happening here. And I think that going to therapy is going to help you guys to really trust in your intuition more. Because nothing's really a mystery. You know what I mean? Like, our gut instincts are always telling us the truth. We just have to trust what they're telling us. Let's get one of these astrology cards for group 3 for love in the month of March. Okay, so we have the 8th house, endings and beginnings. So you guys are definitely moving through a pretty transformative time in love this month, and it definitely feels like this. I'm not going to lie, you guys. This feels like a situationship or something. Like, this feels like a connection that maybe there just was never really like that commitment, that real actual effort put in. It was maybe all based on like sex and passions, right? And so I think that this is pushing you guys to move through some healing, to move through some change in your love life. The 8th house too, if I'm not mistaken, I think the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, which at least that's the vibe I'm getting from it. And Scorpio is all about like deep changes, deep transformations, really dealing with like the stuff that's not so pretty. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is why you guys are having this therapy session card pull up, because whether or not you're going to therapy or not, there's definitely a need to explore some of the things that this connection may have brought up for you on a deeper level. Like, there was maybe an unhealthy pattern here. Let's see. Let's get a couple more cards for group 3, Spirit, for their love life for the month of March. We have kicking it. Look at this. This talks about kicking bad habits, you guys. Accomplishing a goal. So it's like, I definitely think you guys are starting off the month setting these intentions to like fix or heal yourself from whatever happened here. And then look at this, avoiding something. The screw. This talks about not being interested in something or getting out of a situation quickly because maybe you know that it's not right for you. I think a lot of you guys maybe have gone into this month already having a level of awareness of certain changes that you guys need to make in love. And I think when this King of Wands character presents himself to you, that's when you're going to realize, like, no, I can do better. This is not what I learned in therapy. This is not what I've been working on. This person only wants one thing. So I'm going to just like scooch my little way on out of this. That's what I feel for you, group 3. That's the vibe. So maybe you're kind of starting off the month like, lightly kicking it with this person, trying to go with the flow. But then when you kind of realize what time it is, you're like, nope, you're getting the shaft. So let's go ahead and get one more card for my group number 3 viewers about their love life for the month of March. And we have believe. It says, I create my reality based on what I choose to believe. I never give up on my dreams. This is beautiful. So yeah, it's like going back to the Queen of Cups reversed. I think when I think of the Queen of Cups reversed, like I was mentioning to you guys earlier, this can be a card of really feeling anxious about something and not seeing things clearly because our emotions are a little out of whack from the anxiety we could be feeling. So this is sort of like that whole message of like thoughts become things, right? And maybe learning and working through like not making assumptions about things before you know the full truth of the situation. And I think also learning that like there are always going to be people that are drawn to us that might not be the best for us, that may not fit our criteria of what it is that we're looking for. And that doesn't mean there's something fundamentally wrong with us. It just means that that's not our person. And we have to choose to believe that the right person is out there for us, because the second we start to doubt that, the more we're going to manifest in the same old energy that we don't want anymore. So there's definitely a message here about choosing to remain optimistic about calling in the type of high vibrational partner that I feel like you guys in group 3 are really wanting. Okay. And then I also just have to call out at the bottom here, this card, Fate. I will never forget you, my love, but I must continue on with my life. If we are meant to be, the universe will find a way. I feel like that's a message that some of you guys might need to hear, because it does feel like there's someone here that's kind of tempting you into patterns that don't serve you. And so this is just about learning to release that person, thank them for the memories, thank them for the lessons. And if they choose to do their own healing and you guys come back together, then that's great. But if not, I think you guys are definitely coming across as being focused on you. And there is, there's going to be someone out there for you that's a better match ultimately. So we're going to go ahead and close it out there, group 3. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to view today's reading. I hope that it helped you out. Please drop me a comment below. Let me know how it resonated. If you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in a new reading really soon. Bye.